Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti. I am your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com. And in today's video, we are going to talk about how to show your intent when dating. If this is your first time visiting, I welcome you and I encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time I post a new video. Now, one of the biggest things that I hear from men in regards to when they find a woman they like and they start to date this woman is, how do I show my intent with her, Apollonia? Like, how do I show her that I want to do something more or be something more with her? And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, and I want to give you clarity around this. The reason why I want to give you clarity, which might hit home for you, is because a lot of times men are asking me how to do this because you don't want to come off needy. You don't want to come off overbearing. You don't know when the right time is. People online are telling you that a girl needs to do it first, which I do believe to an extent, and we'll talk about that in the video as well. So the first tip that I want to give you in regards to how to show your intent when dating is make sure you give yourself time to figure out what the woman is all about. The thing about men is you guys are very visual, right? So you base your instincts and you judge your chemistry or what you want from what a woman looks like and also might make you feel. And then when you go into understanding and knowing the woman, you probably can develop deeper feelings for her. But the reason why I say this in my first tip is because pacing yourself, you have to understand that you have to understand the woman as well. What is she offering you? Where is she in her life? What does she believe in? What are her boundaries? How is she raised? What does she want for her future? And see if you guys are aligned. Because a lot of times these days, people go into dating and they're just like, I like this woman or I like this man and she's hot or he's hot and they paint this picture of ideally what they want this to be, but in reality is completely opposite. So what happens to the mind is you're focusing on the non-reality, the story that you've made up in the head, so you become obsessed or addicted to this specific person that you're not pacing yourself, and you start idolizing this woman or someone else. And the biggest thing about this is when you pace yourself, you get the opportunity to step back and really take a bigger picture approach and see what this woman is all about first. Because if you want to show intent, you got to make sure that you're showing intent to the right woman first. There's women out there that are unavailable and that they just want to have fun and things like that. And typically, if you're going to show your intent, if you want your intent is to be in a relationship, you're probably not going to be able to show your intent the right way with that type of woman. So that's why you say pace yourself, and also it helps with attraction. Tip number 2, I kind of mentioned this in tip number 1, but don't get attached to an outcome too early on. When you get attached to an outcome too early on, you start to get heavy emotions early on, which can come off as needy, overbearing, and a woman doesn't really look at you as that masculine energy, like that masculine man that is grounded in his own being, where he can be assertive and he knows what he wants, but also is okay with courting and pursuing. But the difference here is when you get attached to an outcome, consciously or subconsciously, you will over pursue, right? So that's what we talk about with the going with the flow or the I don't care attitude, whatever you may call it. But when you're not attached to a specific outcome with a woman and you're just saying, all right, I'm going in this to see what she's all about. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's hot. And yeah, she's probably a 10 and not like any other girl that I've dated before. But I don't want to get attached to an outcome, and I'm just going to pace myself, see what she's about, and see how things progress from here. Tip number 3 is pursue and court, of course, plan some dates, but also see how she reciprocates. So tip number 3 is also noticing how a woman reciprocates. Trust me, men, I'm a woman myself, and I know when we are interested in a man, we will initiate sometimes, but we will definitely reciprocate, right? So if you have a woman that you are wanting to show your intent with and you've been dating, but she never reciprocates and you're always doing the planning and you're always doing this, is because you're enabling her behavior, basically. So basically what I would really encourage you to do is take a step back, maybe go silent for a couple days, or maybe not even plan something for a couple days and see if she checks in on you, asks you how you are, tells you that she wants to see you. Those are things that you have to do because women do like to be somewhat pursued, of course, what we call the chase, right? And I talk about that a lot in other my videos. But this is the biggest thing to understand is if you're courting a woman and she wants to continue to be with you, she is also going to reciprocate. She's going to send you those good morning texts, or she's going to not take 2 days to respond to a text, or she will definitely tell you that she wants to see you. So that's why I'm saying, and tip number 1 was pacing yourself. Number 2, not getting caught on an outcome, to an attached outcome. And now this is making sure that she reciprocates, and this will be all worthwhile when you want to show your intent. So these 3 signs that I'm telling you are things to focus on before you show your intent. So this leads me into tip number 4. Is ask the right questions. I made something for you guys. It's called my 20 question manual to get to know a woman's true self, which I'll put in the description box below. These questions are intended for men to use when you're after the first date, when you're starting to get to know a woman and things are emotionally happening for the both of you. You want to ask the right questions to understand where she is in her life, and these questions really help you as well. And this is where you can take a step back and say, if she is aligned with you, and if things are working for the both of you, and if you guys have common ground and want the same things, and putting yourself first in this ideal situation, to be honest with yourself and not pursue a woman that's not able to commit to you or emotionally unavailable to you. And you'll know by these questions. Tip number 5 is escalate and have fun. Escalation is such a huge thing that women want men to do, and they'll tell you openly, and they'll probably also want this subconsciously as well. You know, escalating and having fun is really important when you're in that dating phase, when you're building that attraction. Do things that are fun on your dates. Don't be afraid to escalate with her and say little things like I've mentioned in a lot of my videos. And I'll also put down below in the description box my escalating cheat sheet, which I encourage you guys to download. Tip number 6 is have the confidence, and I talk about this so much, and it's the inner confidence, the confidence that does not lie. The confidence that you are not attached or really want a relationship, that you're seeking validation from a woman. Women can sense this energy, and it's really, really heavy because it comes off in your aura, the way you carry yourself, the things that you say. So when you stop and you don't detach, and you don't attach to an outcome, and you don't go into dating a girl like you're desperate to have a girl, this creates an inner confidence, and women see this, and this is very, very attractive. And last tip, I always say this, men, is if you've been dating for a while, and let's just say all of these signs are happening, the woman is going to initiate the talk. Kind of like, so what are we doing here? What are we? I really like spending time with you, and I want to take this to the next level. You know, I think this can come up in the approach. Remember, women are really good at giving you these underlining signals. So when you pick up on something that's talking about the relationship talk, stay there with her until you see her intent, because she will voice her intent with you. Now, showing your intent, how to show your intent when dating is really important when you focus on these tips that I'm telling you. A lot of times men want to show their intent exactly like the first week that they're like this girl, and you don't even know what she's all about. And also there's no thrill in the chase. Trust me, women want to do some of the work too, and they want to feel desired, but also they want to know that the man that they're with is desirable as well. So that's why it's so important to see yourself as that desirable man. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, I welcome your comments, questions, and concerns down below, and I'll try my best to answer them. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.